treated the victims during the murders and finding them each
dead on that beach in Long Island.
Heuermann has been charged with the murders of 3 women, all killed over a decade ago. Island prosecutor adding the 59-year-old's been linked to the disappearance of a 4th. Heuermann, a husband, father, and career architect, has pleaded not guilty.
Obviously, a lot of work by investigators and lots of forensic details that we got and learned about ways that
The Long Island serial killer is definitely a chilling and mysterious case. This unidentified serial killer is believed to be responsible for the murders of several individuals, mainly women whose remains were discovered along the beaches and marshes of Long Island, New York. The investigation into the Long Island serial killer began in 2010 when the remains of a young woman named Shannon Gilbert were found. As the police searched for Shannon, they stumbled upon a gruesome discovery: the bodies of other victims. This led to the realization that a serial killer was at large, preying on vulnerable individuals. One of the most perplexing aspects of this case is the unknown identity of the killer. Despite extensive investigations and the involvement of multiple law enforcement agencies, the Long Island serial killer remains elusive. This has led to numerous theories and speculation about who could be responsible for these horrific crimes. The victims of the Long Island serial killer were often involved in sex work or had connections to the industry. This has raised questions about whether the killer specifically targeted individuals in this line of work. The case has also shed light on the dangers faced by sex workers and the need for better protection and support for this vulnerable community. Over the years, various suspects and persons of interest have emerged in connection with the Long Island serial killer case. However, no definitive link has been established, leaving investigators and the public frustrated and desperate for answers. The lack of resolution in this case has caused immense pain and heartbreak for the victims' families, who continue to seek justice and closure. The Long Island serial killer case has also sparked discussions about the challenges faced by law enforcement in investigating serial crimes. It highlights the importance of effective communication and collaboration between different agencies and jurisdictions, as well as the need for improved forensic techniques and technology. Despite the lack of progress in identifying the Long Island serial killer, the case has not been forgotten. Law enforcement agencies and dedicated individuals continue to work tirelessly to bring justice to the victims and their families. The hope remains that one day, the Long Island serial killer will be apprehended and held accountable for the heinous crimes committed. In the meantime, it is crucial to remember and honor the victims of this tragic case. They were real people with hopes, dreams, and loved ones who missed them dearly. Their lives should not be defined solely by the brutality they endured, but by the memories and impact they had on those who knew them. Now, as I was in the process of editing this video, there has been new information involving the Long Island serial killer case. So if you see Rex in the intro, then that's why. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into it.
Forward. Back with us right now is Josh Zeman, who filmed the documentary The Killing Season, who asked why these murders had not been solved 5 years after finding the bodies. Also with us, Rob Trotta, a 25-year veteran of the department, currently a member of the Suffolk County Legislature, representing District 13, who has been critical of the department's delay in making an arrest. To both of you, thank you for being with us. Rob, explain to me your take on what took so long and what went wrong, Rob?
Blatant incompetence. The county executive, Steve Malone, put a man in place he shouldn't have. He was already received letters. The county executive did that. This gentleman, Burke, had sex with prostitutes in his police car when he was a sergeant, and he still made him the chief. So what do you
Slow down, Mr. Trotta. What did you just say?
I said that the chief of police, the county executive, knew the chief of police had sex with prostitutes in his police car on duty in uniform when he was a sergeant, and he still made him the chief of police. So middle America can never understand the fact that the widespread corruption that went on in Suffolk County, and to some extent still goes on today.
What do you mean to some extent still goes on today?
Look, people don't realize in Suffolk County, it's one of the highest paid police departments in the country, and it's unconscionable. It's embarrassing for me to find out that they had this truck, this, great lead. What's the best lead you have? The last person who was seen with the person who's dead. They had a description of the man, they had his truck, and they didn't follow through. I mean, Aaron Colton hit the nail on the head before. You can take all the DNA, you can take all the cell site analysis. Without that truck, you have nothing. And they had that truck very on in the investigation.
The truck parked outside in front of Heuermann's house about 7 or 8 minutes from the body. The truck.
Yes.
The Gilgo Beach murders, hauntingly associated with the elusive Long Island serial killer, shook the foundations of the community. The Gilgo Beach murders claimed the lives of at least 10 individuals, most of whom were young women working in the sex trade industry. The victims include Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Melissa Barthelme, Amberlynn Costello, Megan Waterman, and Shannon Gilbert, among others. Each victim's story is marked by immeasurable tragedy and loss, leaving lasting scars on their families. The families of these victims have endured immense pain and grief, eagerly waiting for justice and closure. They have been advocates for the victim, determined to expose the truth and hold those responsible accountable. The arrest of Rex Heuermann brought both hope and sorrow to these families, as they grappled with the reality that the alleged perpetrator had been living amongst them. When I say this man is evil, trust me, that's an understatement. He is a fucking devil, like pure evil. I just can't, honey. Rex Heuermann may have emerged as a person of interest in the Gilgo Beach murders due to his connections to the area and involvement in the sex trade industry. A man previously known for his charm, Rex and his wife were in the spotlight after authorities discovered evidence linking him to the crime. As the investigation unfolded, it was revealed that Rex and his wife had been able to cultivate a seemingly normal life while harboring a dark secret. Their ability to elude suspicion for so long baffled both the community and law enforcement agencies. However, the arrest of Rex Heuermann signaled a significant breakthrough in the case and provided a glimmer of hope for the victims' families to finally obtain justice. The Gilgo Beach murders, synonymous with the Long Island serial killer, have forever scarred the community and affected the lives of numerous individuals. The victims, whose lives were tragically cut short, deserve to have their stories told and justice served. The families left behind continue to grapple with the profound loss that these murders have inflicted upon them. Their resilience and unwavering determination to uncover the truth is commendable, as they strive to ensure the memory of their loved ones' lives. With the arrest of Rex Heuermann, a significant step towards justice has been taken. As the legal process unfolds, it is essential to remember the victims and their families, giving them the support and empathy they deserve. The Gilgo Beach murders serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of human life and the atrocity of violence. Moving forward, it is crucial to learn from this tragedy, strengthening efforts to prevent similar horrors from repeating in the future. In memory of the victims and in solidarity with their families, let us strive for a safer, more compassionate society where no person falls victim to such senseless acts of violence. That's all the time I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to my mini deep dive. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic down below in the comments, but please be respectful to the victims and their families. Thank you, and y'all have a great day.